Hey everybody, I just got back from seeing the new Tron movie, Tron Ares, starring Jared Leto, and I wanted to share my non-spoiler review and thoughts. Let's get into it. So right off the bat, I'll say that I enjoyed the movie a lot. I think visually it was amazing. They've really, between each movie, there's been a lot of time between each movie, but they also have just improved their visual effects so much since the first movie and the second movie even, that, you know, it's good to see them making those advancements. I'm glad that this didn't look overly cheesy or anything, and, you know, there's some throwbacks in there that are pretty cool. I don't know. I hear a lot of people saying things like they don't think that this movie was a believable concept or anything, but it's like, can we not forget that the whole thing with these movies started with pulling a person into a computer system? So pulling somebody out or you know, pulling the computer people out into the real world, it's not that crazy for a science fiction story that already has humans being drawn into a computer in the first place. I don't think the premise is the problem with the story. I think that there's some things they might have left out a little bit, maybe a little more character development for certain people to help maybe explain their actions a little better. There's a lot of tech bros being tech bros, basically the kind of stuff we expect from them now in the real world with AI becoming everything that it is. So that's all believable, that people with a lot of money would do bad things with that money. That's completely believable, and you know, I find that to be pretty much on the nose. So other than that, I think that the movie's pretty cool. You got Jeff Bridges in there reprising his role as Flynn. That was really cool. He didn't have to work too hard at it. It's pretty much, you know, Flynn is kind of like almost the dude. So, you know, and Jeff Bridges is pretty much the dude. That worked out pretty easily. Jared Leto actually did a pretty good job in this role. I found it to be one of his better roles of the last few films he's done. This character is kind of emotionless, and you know, it's one of those things that sometimes certain people can find these roles. Keanu Reeves as John Wick, it's kind of perfect, kind of like Neo, like emotionless, like, you know, just kind of that works for them. So I have no problem with the way he portrayed this character Ares. We also had Greta Lee, and this is Arturo Castro. Greta Lee was great. I thought she did a really good job as her character. We have Jodie Turner-Smith as Athena, and she played an awesome asshole. You know, there's always got to be those follow the rules at any cost characters, and she played that character well. Evan Peters, he's pretty much great and everything. I feel like the character could have used a little more development to explain why he is the way he is, and there's certain things about him that you see that you wonder, should that be explained a little more? I'm wondering what is that little thing I'm seeing there, you know, but you know, I don't want to get into it in this non-spoiler review. Gillian Anderson, I'll be honest, I did not realize this was Gillian Anderson the entire movie until I was looking at the cast before doing this video. I guess I'm just an idiot. I'm so used to seeing her in my mind as Scully that seeing her without the red hair and just with it tied back in this manner, I did not even recognize her. So I guess good on her. She's not not typecast. She's not just Scully, but I would love to see her return as Scully. Hopefully in the X-Files reboot. I don't know if it's a soft reboot, hard reboot. I'm not sure. I hope it's a soft reboot, and that, you know, we get to see Fox and Scully in that. So that's supposed to be by Ryan Coogler, supposed to be helming that project. So fingers crossed that's good. I was a big fan of that back in the day. Sunday nights, you know, Simpsons and X-Files. Yeah, the action in this was really cool. I think that the way they did some of these new weapons, where they also left a trail like the bikes do, the light cycles, I thought that was really cool. A nice addition. You know, makes it very difficult to fight somebody when they're leaving these trails that could hurt you. I thought that was pretty cool and a neat way of changing up the game a little bit. There was a lot of, chase scenes. They might have had a little too much chase and not enough story in some aspects, but I don't feel like this was a horrible inclusion in the series, the franchise. I feel like, for me personally, I don't think it was any worse than the previous installment. I haven't watched the animated series. I've heard that that's really good, so I'm gonna have to give that a watch, especially now after kind of being hyped up by watching this movie. Overall, I give this movie a 3.5 Dune popcorn buckets out of 5. I think it was a strong film. I don't think it was the best thing ever. I didn't go see it in IMAX, but I bet it would be better in IMAX. I might even give it a 4 in IMAX just because visually and auditory, this movie was pretty amazing. It just needed a little more story. I wasn't completely satisfied with the way it wrapped up, and I think they could have done a little more with some of the character development. There's a bit of exposition at the beginning to try to set us up and try to explain who these people are, but I don't know that it really landed. And I do feel like there was one plot thread that seemed like it was going to be there, and then it just wasn't. They could have had things be a little better, but overall, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I would recommend going to see it on a big screen with good sound, the best you can find in those departments, and you most likely be happy. Let me know what you think. Are you going to go see this? Did you get to see it yet? Did you enjoy it? Did you think Jared Leto needs to stop doing what he's doing and picking the movies he's picking? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Have a great day, everybody.